Hello dear students, welcome to online lecture series of Design of Steel Structure. In today's lecture, we are going to study the welded plate girder. So in introduction, let us study what does mean by welded plate girder. When a beam of long span are subjected to the heavy loading in a required bridges and the building, for those beams the available rolled steel sections are not sufficient even after strengthening with the cover plates. In that case, we need to fabricate the beams by using flange and the web plates as per our required, and they are connected with the help of the welding. Such a structure which are being fabricated are called as plate girder, and as welding connections are being used for the fabrications, therefore they are called as an welded plate girder. Then for this plate girder, the depth to the web thickness ratio, that is D by TW, may be up to 400. Because of the higher ratio, the buckling of the web becomes the major problem with this girder. To overcome this problem, different types of stiffeners are provided. If you see figure number A, this is the figure of a plate girder. It is in the cross section, it is similar to our I section, roll steel I section, but here the flange and the web part is being fabricated by using the plate. Here in between the web is given the vertical stiffeners. At the end, the stiffeners which are vertical, they are called as an load bearing stiffeners. Loading is done at the center or anywhere in the part. Then the distance between the center to center vertical stiffeners is denoted by C. These are the intermediate vertical or transverse stiffeners. The plate which is exactly below, or the stiffener exactly below the load, is called as load bearing stiffener, and the horizontal stiffeners are being provided at the web to support the web if required. So this is the detailed diagram of an plate girder with a depth D and the span L. Then we will move towards the design. After studying the introduction part regarding the plate girder, we will be moving towards the design specification of the plate girder. As per IS 800/2007, the self weight of the plate girder W is equals to total load divided by 200. Now as we are unaware about the self weight of the plate girder, we have to take it between total load divided by the 200. Then the economical depth, assume movement is carried out by flanges only. We know that an I section is a ideal section for carrying for being used as an beam element. That's why the flanges carry the moment and the web carry the shear force. Therefore, M is equals to Fy into Bf into Tf into D. Hence, B into Tf is equals to M upon F divided by Fy into D, where Bf and Tf are the width and thickness of the flange. Taking or assuming D by Tw is equals to K, where K is assumed as an constant, D is equals to, that is depth is equals to Mk upon Fy raised to 1 by 3, and D by Tw is equals to K. It is selected by according to the IS code provision. Then design specification for plate girder for the serviceability criteria, that is minimum web thickness using serviceability, clause number 8.6.1.1. The design of beams plate girder with the solid web, clause number 8.6.1, that is the minimum web thickness. The thickness of the web in a section shall satisfy the following requirement, and it is given by clause number 8.6.1.1, serviceability requirement. Number 1, when the transverse stiffeners are not provided, that time d by tw is less than or equals to 200 epsilon, that is when the wave connected to the flanges along with the longitudinal edges, and d by tw is less than or equals to 90 epsilon when the waves connected to the flange along with one longitudinal edge only. The second case is when only the transverse stiffeners are provided, that is in the wave connected to the flanges along with the longitudinal edges. In that again there are four subcases. In that when d 3d is greater than c and greater than d, where d is the depth and c is the center to center distance between the stiffener, that time d by tw is less than or equals to 200 epsilon. When 0.474d is less than c and it is also less than d, then c by tw should be less than or equals to 200 epsilon. When c is less than d, that is the center to center distance between the two horizontal vertical stiffeners is less than the depth, then d by tw is less than or equals to 270 epsilon. And fourth case is when c is greater than 3 times d, the web shall be considered as unsteeped web. And the third part is, that is serviceability requirement, is when the transverse stiffeners and longitudinal stiffeners at one level only are provided, that is 0.2d from the compression flange according to 8.7.13a. Then when d, that is 2.4, is greater than c is greater than d, then d by tw is less than or equals to 250. So again the two cases are there. According to these cases the depth can be decided. Then when the second longitudinal stiffeners is located at the neutral axis is provided, that time d by tw is less than or equals to 400 epsilon w, where d is the depth of the wave, tw is the thickness of the wave, c is the spacing of transverse stiffeners according to the figure number 13, 12 and 13. Vw is yield stress ratio for the web, which is equals to 250 divided by FSW, FYW, where FYW is yield stress of the web. Then clause number 8.6.1.2, that is the compression flange buckling requirement. In order to avoid the buckling of the compression flange into the web thickness shall satisfy the following. Number A, when the transverse stiffeners are not provided, d by tw is less than or equals to 344 epsilon er square. Second, when the transverse stiffeners are provided and when c is greater than 1.5d, d by tw is less than or equals to 344.5 epsilon f square. Then when c is less than 1.5d, d by tw is less than or equals to 345 epsilon f, where d is the depth of the web, tw is thickness of the flange, c is the spacing of the transverse stiffeners, and epsilon f is nothing but the yield stress of the web, which is the ratio of 250 divided by fyf. Then further above clauses are the clauses following points are observed. Number 1, if d by tw is less than or equals to 87 epsilon, the plate girder designed as ordinary beam without any stiffener, that is uneconomical section. If k is equals to 67, if the value of k is between d by t, for the k, d by tw less than 67, greater than 67 and less than 200, then the plate girder design without the intermediate stiffener only up to k is equals to 100 to 110. If the k is up to 250, the longitudinal stiffeners is also required. Then in the case where the k shall not exceed 345 to avoid the compression flange requirement. Next, the size of the flange. According to the clause number 10.2.1.2, the shear buckling resistance of the web, we are deciding the size of the flange from clause number 8.2.1.2, and the shear buckling resistance of the web from clause number 8.4.2.2. Here tau b, that is the shear stress corresponding to the web buckling, is determined as follow. When lambda w is less than or equals to 0.8 and tau b is equals to fyw divided by root 3. Then when this lambda w is between 0.8 to 1.2, then tau b is equals to 1 minus 0.8 into lambda w minus 0.8, and it is multiplied by fyw divided by root 3. And when lambda w is greater than 1.2, tau b is equals to fyw divided by root 3 lambda w square, where lambda w is a non-dimensional web slender ratio for the buckling stress given as follow. Lambda w is equals to under root of fyw divided by root 3 tau CRE, where tau CRE is the elastic critical shear stress of wave is equals to kV pi square E upon 12 into bracket 1 minus mu square into bracket d by tw square, where we all know that mu is the Poisson's ratio, and this k value depends as follow, or is calculated as follow. It is equals to 5.35 when the transverse stiffeners are provided only at the support. Then if our ratio of C by D, that is the ratio of distance, center to center distance between the vertical stiffeners upon the depth, if it is less than 1, that time K is given, is calculated by this formula, that is 4 plus 5.35 divided by C by D square. And if this ratio is greater than 1, then 5.35 divided by C by D square. Then C and D, we all know that spacing of the transverse wave and the depth of the wave respectively, where C and D are the spacing and the depth. Then Vn is equals to VCR may be calculated by one of the following method, that is the simple post, that is critical method from 8.4.2.2, and second is the tension field method calculated by 8.4.2.2, page number 60. Then the curtailment of the flanges, stiffeners and the connections. Number 1, the design of the web stiffeners is done from clause number 8.7, page number 65, and stiffeners should be checked for number 1, buckling resistance, that from clause number 8.7.1.5, page number 66. Second, the bearing capacity from the clause number 8.7.5.2, page number 68. The torsional resistance is calculated from clause number 8.7.1.9, page number 68. Then the connection between the end stiffeners and the wave are calculated from clause number 8.7.10, page number 68. And lastly, the design of intermediate transverse stiffener are calculated from clause number 8.7.2, page number 66. This is the diagram of the end stiffener and the intermediate stiffener. This is the core length TQ, actual length from the center to center. This is the horizontal stiffener and intermediate stiffener. Now the design procedure. The design procedure is very simple. First we have to find out the maximum shear force and the bending moment. Then the initial size of the plate girder are being decided, that is the web and the flange size are decided. Classification of the section is done. Then we check the moment carrying capacity of the section. Then we check the shear capacity of the section, web. Then we design the web connection, that is the web plate and the flange plate. Then design and checking of the web end bearing stiffener. Then design and weld between the web plate and stiffeners. Then the next step is design and check for the load bearing stiffeners if required. Step number 9 is design and check for intermediate stiffener. And last step is design of weld between the web plate and the stiffeners. So this was all about our design steps for the welded plate girder. Thank you. Keep watching the videos and subscribe the channel. In next video we will be solving numerical based upon it. Thank you.